Here is an overview of the best practices while using an electric head shaver. Electric head shavers are very convenient tools for maintaining a bald head, but there are a few things that you may want to know to perfect your technique. So let's get right into it. My name is Chad from BHT Grooming, and today I'm going to be talking about some different techniques when it comes to the idea of using a head shaver. So let's talk about this. Do you want to shave wet or do you want to shave dry? Let's talk about wet shaving first. Why would somebody wet shave? Well, wet shaving will reduce bumps, all that stuff that comes along with the friction of having a dry shave. So I always recommend that you always use a pre-shave oil on your scalp before you do any shaving. I don't care if you're using a traditional razor. Always use pre-shave oil because that is going to soften your follicle right there at the gland of your head, and it will make it where it's a closer shave when you're cutting your hair. So that's one thing that I've learned over time of shaving my head. So by the way, I've been shaving my head for almost 2 decades now. So I've learned a lot through the process of do's and don'ts and what works and what doesn't work. So hopefully you take these ideas and you put them into action and see how well they work for you. You're never going to have a baby butt smooth shave without a traditional razor. That's not why we use electric shavers. The reason why we use electric head shavers is because it cuts down time and it also cuts down all those dreaded nicks, bumps, and irritations that you get with a razor, especially when you're in a hurry and nobody wants to take forever shaving their head. It's all about cutting down time. So why would you dry shave? Well, going back into that, you're trying to save time. A lot of people are on the road, they're moving, they're doing things. They don't want to have to go to the bathroom, to the shower, in front of their sink to use like different products on their head. So they'll do it dry. And a lot of people get away with it and it's fine to do. And I've done both. I don't think that one's worse than the other. I do highly recommend though, if you are susceptible to irritation, especially back here on the neck under the head where it connects, that's a notorious place where a lot of men get irritation. I highly recommend using products in a good aftershave moisturizer. Also highly recommend using a clear gel. So the process of wet shaving would be like this. I would apply my pre-shave oil on my scalp. I would wait a couple of minutes, let it seep into the skin, and then I would apply the shaving gel, and then I would use the head shaver, and when I get done, after cleaning my head, I would put on some aftershave moisturizer. So you're going to want to look around and experiment with different moisturizers to see which one works best for your head. Me personally, I've been using the Cut Buddies, the Bump Buddy. You can find it on Amazon. I'm not endorsing this company. I'm not getting paid by this company. That's just one thing that I use in my head shaving process. When I shave my head, I love using their moisturizer and it smells fantastic. So let's talk about trimming it down first. A lot of men have a long hair, or maybe they got short hair, and then they wake up one day and go, you know what? I just feel like I'm going bald. I've got that horseshoe around my head that we've heard about for years, and I found out another one the other day. I liked it. It's a cul-de-sac, and you have a cul-de-sac living right there on your dome. It's about time to consider just taking the plunge and shaving it off. You don't have to be nervous and have reservation or anything like that. Just do it, because most people are going to tell you it looks so much better. I'm telling you, when I first did it, I was scared to death. I thought people were going to think I'm crazy. This was about 20 years ago. I went ahead and did it. People were kind of shocked because they just couldn't believe it at first. But you know what? That's my look now. Everybody loves it. I keep a nice, clean, shaven head, and I love it. I rock the beard with it. So that is my signature look. And I think it could be an amazing signature look for you as well if you are looking to possibly shave your head. Here's what I recommend. If you have hair that's longer than 1/4 inch, I highly recommend that you trim it down. You need to trim it down. There's no question about it. If you want to snag all your hairs and have them pull out and everything else when you're using a head shaver like this one, then go ahead and do it. But if you want to save yourself a lot of misery, get a trimmer and trim that thing down. And one that I would highly recommend is the Brio Beardscape version 2. This is the one that I have. I have the Frost color too, but these have different blades. This is a ceramic blade I have right here. They have a body blade. They've got snap guard blade system. They got the zero blade. So you can take your head hairs and buzz them down with a trimmer like this one, and then you can use a head shaver. Okay, so let's talk about the shaving process. Where do we start and how do we do it? I already discussed to you how to put the pre-shave oil on, shave gel if you're going to wet shave. But let's just say that, you know, you're going to either wet shave or dry shave. It doesn't matter. So where do you start and how do you do it? So you can start anywhere. There's no specific place to do it, all right? Sometimes I do it here. Sometimes I start in the very back. In fact, I like usually starting in the very back and kind of working my way up, because back here is a place it's hard to see when you're shaving your head. And so I like to make sure that I get all this done back here. And when it's all smooth, then I can work myself up here. But you always want to go in a circular motion like this. Why? Because you're going to get the best, closest shave from one of these rotary shavers like this. So all these foils on here, these rotary foils, they're going to be turning. So you want to get that close cut and maximize it by doing circular motions just like this. All right, sometimes I like to go back over it just to make sure I don't feel something. And because there's going to be times where you may go over it and you miss something, and you want to make sure you go back and do another pass. But, you know, every head shaver I do the same thing with. You know, some of them cut closer than other ones, but every one of them, it's possible to miss something, all right? Especially when you got like real light colored hair like myself and fine hair. So that is the process. Again, it doesn't matter necessarily where you start. So let's talk about the cleanup of these head shavers. Most electric head shavers out there are going to come with a little brush. Now, I don't know which one this one came with. I've got so many head shavers, but this is a little brush that came with one of them. I've got this big brush here. I don't even know if it came with one. I have no idea, but any brush like that will work. So let me show you one of these head shavers. All right, this is one of the styles of head shavers that the doors actually open like this. Okay, I'm not a big fan of these head shavers that open like this because the doors break easily. You can see that how it is right there. Kind of needs a little bit of cleaning, right? So you just put this under the water and you just use the brush to clean them out. Okay, so most of these are IPX6 or IPX7 rated, so basically they're waterproof. They're not going to be damaged under the water. But the Brio Raise is one that I really enjoy, and the reason why, it comes with its own rinse stand. As you can see, looks like this. It does have like a little grade right there, and this just sits there on top like this, and you can just fill that water up to that line right there and lift this up like this. And here's the deal, when you get done with this head shaver, which is the Brio Raise 2.0, you'll just put it in here like that. And if you notice right here, there is a power button here, and there's also a cleaning button here. So if I push that button right here, you can see it says CL, and it's cleaning. And I'm not going to stick it in here because there's no water and I don't want to mess it up. But if you listen, you can hear how it's cleaning. It'll just change gears here in a second. Okay, so as you see that, it is changing gears and cleaning. So what it's doing, it's rotating these blades and trying to clean off the trappings of hair. So as it's submerged into the water, it's actually going at the same time, and it's going to clean the blades out. And so one will say, well, why do you have to have that? You could just put it under the sink, which that's possible. You can do that. That's what we've been doing for a long time. And you can take this blade off like this cartridge blade, and you can put it under the water like this and just let the water fall on top of it and use the brush. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But this is just, again, to save you more time. So you can fill that up with water, put your Brio Race 2.0 on there, push the clean button, and start doing something else like fixing your beard or getting ready for the day. You don't have to worry about extra time cleaning this out. So shout out to Brio. Amazing, cool thing that they've come up with this awesome piece of equipment for cleaning your head shaver. Okay, so now let me talk about my top picks. As you already heard, one of my top picks is the Brio Raise 2.0. I love the Brio 2.0. I love the first generation of the Brio. This one has better options and it has better features to it. It's built better. I like the way it looks better. It does have the same blade. Another company that has blades that look like this is going to be Grooming. I love the Grooming Baldie Pro. It magnetizes. So they've got their pros and cons to every head shaver. One of the things that I love about the Brio Raise 2.0 is that it comes with the cleaning rinse system. It also comes with the travel case. So you're going to have all that stuff, and it's all included in the price, which is fantastic. always about trying to save money, right? Another one that I enjoy too is the Humminbird MK13. So these are some good options when it comes to head shavers. Those are probably going to be my top 3. Skull shaver's another good one. It's going to be priced a lot higher than the ones I'm talking about right now, but it's a solid option. And I would probably stick with the Pitbull Gold in the Skull shaver line because that's probably the sweet spot of what they offer. But those would be my top picks of head shavers. So let me know if I've missed any questions that you might have when it comes to the techniques and how to use a head shaver. Maybe you started watching this video because you're wondering, how do I use a head shaver? I'm new to this. I'm thinking about shaving my head. What does head shavers do? How do you use a head shaver? What do you use with a head shaver? How do you clean a head shaver? I hope that every one of these questions have been answered in this video. And if it has, would you please consider hitting the like button? I'd appreciate that. With that being said, guys, again, my name is Chad with BHT Grooming and wanted to bring this video to you and share my thoughts over the last 20 years of head shaving. So hopefully you enjoy this, and I'll see you guys next time.